Is that the Grim Reaper?
What's going on, guys? Davis Hirsch here from Hirsch Power Garage. Welcome back to another video. As you can tell by the title, here it is, the new car coming to the channel. This is a 2015 Mercedes-Benz E63S AMG wagon. Yes, I know it's a mouthful, but I truly think this is one of the best cars you can buy if you want something that's both practical and fun for a car enthusiast. This thing has the Mercedes-Benz twin-turbo V8. This one has catless downpipes and a catless mid-pipe, and a dynoed at 602 wheel and 670 foot-pounds of torque. So this thing pulls and pulls and pulls and just goes. I'm blown away with it. Not to mention, with a wagon, you don't have to deal with the high center of gravity that you would with an SUV if you want this level of space in the car. This does have 5 seats in it, so you can fit the whole family and throw the dogs in the back. I mean, you really can't get better than this. So without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look. Currently, the car sits on the stock suspension, although it has been electronically modified to allow the front and the rear to be a little bit lower because it is on the factory air suspension. Again, it does have the catless downpipe and mid-pipe from Weisstech. I could be pronouncing that wrong. You'll have to correct me in the comments below. And it has the Rentec rear wing. But other than that, the car is bone stock. And I just cannot believe how practical this car is. It's going to be the best you can get for all-around usage. To address the obvious, this is a wagon, and I've noticed a lot of people don't quite understand how practical these are. So let's go ahead and take a look at all the space you get when you get one of these. As you can tell, there is plenty of space in here. I've got some of my filming equipment there, but you can throw plenty of suitcases in there and you'll be good to go. Of course, we can't forget about the very best part of this car, the monstrous engine stuffed right up front. This one, again, is making just over 600 wheel horsepower. So to the crank, probably with an estimation of around 20% drivetrain loss, this could be making them just around 700 horsepower. And this thing runs and pulls just like it is. The exhaust is also pretty loud, but not too loud to where it's not subtle, and it's going to reveal that it's not kind of a sleeper. Go ahead and take a listen. Now for the best part, let's go ahead and take it for a drive. This thing, I have it in Sport Plus right now, so the RPMs are going to be set to be a little bit higher than normal, but the car is just phenomenal. I've got the windows down, so you might hear a little bit of wind noise. Let's get those rolled up. Of course, get our seatbelt on. This truly has the best of all worlds. I'm sitting in here, I'm getting right around 20 miles to the gallon right now, and I have my cooled seat on, I'm comfortable. If I had the music going, it would be sounding great. It's just, what's not to like, you know? I think a lot of people do hate on wagons or the body style of a wagon without realizing that there is a reason behind it, you know? Like, you have to live your life and you're gonna use the car how you need to use the car. And if you don't wanna buy 2 sports cars, like one for the track, one for the grocery getter, you know, what are you gonna buy? A wagon is the absolute answer, and there's just no other way to put it. I'll go ahead and do a quick little pull right here. Holy crap. This thing is so fast. It's just, I mean, I'll be the first to admit, nobody needs this kind of speed in a wagon. But what's not to like? I mean, it's just, it goes and goes and goes. And it's just, oh my gosh. Think that with a car this heavy or this long, it just would not be able to take a turn well, but that's just totally not the case here. This thing just goes and it holds its own. Honestly, if I have to guess, I assume it's just because of this low center of gravity, but you don't expect a car that weighs 4,500 pounds to be able to take turns like this. It just really doesn't make much sense to me. to give some backstory here, I was never a wagon guy. My parents, or my dad had a Dodge Magnum growing up, which I remember thinking like it was a cool car, but I didn't become a wagon enthusiast, shall we say. And a couple of years back in 2020, during COVID times, I met a kid in the town I lived in who I became really good friends with, one of my best friends to this day, and his dad had the latest version of this car. And I just remember, like, we'd go do anything, and I'd be thinking about like, let's say we were gonna go to the pool or just, run errands, and I'd think like, gosh, or whatever we get at where we're going, like, it's not gonna fit in the car. And I remember he opened the hatch, and I was like, oh my gosh, this car is this fast and it's this practical. I just remember I could not believe it. They also had a GTC Lusso Ferrari, which is not exactly a wagon. I mean, it's up for debate whether that's a what's the term? Wagon, hatchback, shooting brake, but at the end of the day, similar body style. And ever since then, I was hooked. And I was always a Mercedes guy. And when this came up on Marketplace, my dad's Jeep Grand Cherokee had recently got crushed in the hurricane we had, Hurricane Helen, down in South Carolina. And he was just gonna get another kind of boring NPC car, and I said, hey, like, come on, like, let's get something fun. And I cannot believe that he agreed, but here we are. And I will have a video coming soon with the launch control of this car. I got a couple reactions from my mom, some of my friends, some of my friends' parents, and so if y'all do want to see that, of course, be sure to subscribe to make sure you don't miss it. But I really appreciate it, guys, and I appreciate all the support lately. I really look forward to seeing the future of this build. Thanks, guys. Without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look. I'm crazy with it.